So in this video I'm going to be explaining how I have done video feedback for my first graders using the app Explain Everything, which I'm actually using to create this video. So I'm going to explain how I've used Explain Everything to provide my students with feedback on some of the assignments that they've completed using our tablets with a paperless workflow. The first thing that I do when I open up the Explain Everything app is I use this little icon at the top. It allows me to kind of just do a quick start of adding in the images that I want to provide some video feedback on directly from like the camera roll or from Dropbox, which I'll be showing you how we do it from Dropbox. So you can see here I still have this option selected up here at the top, but it also gives me the option to choose which of these services down here at the bottom I would like to import items from. With that being said, one of the things that I do to import these items would be to use the Dropbox option. So I'm actually in my Dropbox, and then the folder that my students are sharing items would actually be PDF 13-14, so just the school year, as well as this is our main kind of our main shared folder that we access files from, and then also save them back to the same file or folder structure, I should say. So one of the items that you can see here is the to-do folder. So anything that I actually have them assigned to do, they know to go in this to-do folder and actually open up that day's assignment. And then when they're actually done, they will use one of these other folders to save their information that they've actually completed. So they'll use the to-do folder, which is right where that X is. They'll open that up, annotate over it, and then save it back into any of these rows of folders based on where their name is listed. So with that being said, what I've done to provide the video feedback is I will select which student's folder I would like to use, and then I'll click the Done button up at the top right. So you can see now I'm still in this option as well as Dropbox. I'm still in that PDF 13-14, but I've actually selected a student's folder to look at what they have completed. So here we started this late in the school year, so these lesson numbers correlate with our reading lesson, the units that we're working in. So what we've done then is as they begin to save files, they save them into these specific folders. You can see based on this picture that I also have a folder that says feedback. So when I actually provide this video feedback, I actually save it directly back into this feedback folder, which then students are they have been taught, we've practiced that they're to go in and check that feedback folder in the morning during our morning opening routine when we're making lunch choices, handing stuff in. They take a couple minutes and then watch any feedback files that I've provided for them. So now that I've explained a little bit about the folder structure, you can see I've selected an actual lesson, which you can see then here's all the files that the student had for assignments to annotate and then resubmit with their annotations saved. So what I'm able to do then is I'm able to actually open up one of these files that I want to comment on, and then I'll be able to click Done after I've selected that file. If there's more than one that I would like to select, I could select multiple and click Done, and it'll automatically create a page for each of those images that I've actually saved. You can see here this is just a continuation. I finally selected one. It appears with a green check mark. After I've chosen the file, I'll click Done. One thing that I should note about this is when my students actually save their annotations back, you might have noticed they save them, it automatically, the file, or I should say the app that we use to do this, it saves them as a JPEG file, which is why we're able to use these within the Explain Everything to be able to provide my students with video feedback. So once the students' files are into the Explain Everything app, I'm able to use all of the toolbars on the left of the Explain Everything app to annotate, to point out items that I would like differently. So for example, this student actually, it says to circle and write the syllable that should be added to the word. So the one thing they forgot to do, they circled the remainder or the second part of the syllable, but they didn't actually write it in the blank. So I would provide them with some feedback about their assignment here that they submitted to me. Once I'm done completing the video feedback, I'll actually choose to export this as a video, and then I'll also choose it to go into my More options so that I can actually export it directly back into Dropbox. So you can see here, here's the final step. I've completed the video feedback for my students. I've selected to export it as a movie. You can see here I've chosen the option of Dropbox. You can see I'm still in my Dropbox folder structure for this specified student, and I'm in their actual feedback folder. So you can see here I've got a couple examples that I've already previously done, but what I would do when I was ready and I've gone ahead and provided the video feedback, I'd go ahead and click export. Once I've clicked export, it'll go ahead and then it would end up adding that video file into the students folder. So again, this is just one way that we have used Explain Everything to provide video feedback to students over the work that they've completed during our daily centers or whole group instruction.